Welcome to Tech Tips. I'm Len Groom. Today we're talking about some testing that we've conducted recently at AMSOIL. And it has to do with a subject that we've covered before. We're talking about string trimmers, and we're talking about Sabre Professional. Now you've heard me talk about Sabre Professional in the past, but we went and did some things with it that are really different. We created a test like we do at AMSOIL. We built a test based on the needs of the industry. So Sabre Professional can be used at any mix ratio up to 100:1. So we conducted 2 studies. We got a bunch of Echo string trimmers, 4 for each test. Now for the first test, we ran Sabre Professional and Echo Power Blend at 50:1. This was a 300-hour test, and it was designed to simulate the conditions that these trimmers will see in the field. Those conditions are extremely hot, temperatures above 500 degrees on the spark plug. It's a very grueling condition because we know landscape contractors abuse these trimmers. They are the most beat up and used pieces of equipment in their arsenal. So let's take a look at the 50:1 study first. There are 3 areas that we want to focus on, and that was the pistons, the exhaust ports, and the exhaust arrestor screens, or the spark arrestor screen as it's commonly referred to. Those are the 3 key areas that we've found can create problems. And these problems are based specifically on the oil that you're using. So let's take a look at the pistons. As you can see here, the AMSOIL pistons, the skirts are very clean. You don't see a lot of depositing. The rings are free. You take a look at the Echo piston. There's a lot of staining. There's a lot of rings sticking. That staining on the piston comes from when the rings start to stick, and they stick because depositing. If the oil is not clean, if the oil is not clean burning, you can get deposits. And you can see that very clearly here. It's contrasted very well when you look at these pistons side by side. The other area that we want to take a look at is the exhaust ports. Oil is consumed in a 2-stroke engine. And what happens is it can collect in the exhaust port as it's passing by. Take a look here. The AMSOIL exhaust port, very clean, very free. It's very free flowing. That means a lot of air and exhaust can pass through there. You take a look at the Echo exhaust port and you can see it's closed off. I would compare this to trying to run a marathon while breathing through a drink straw. The engine is not going to make any power. You want to make sure that the exhaust port is clear and free of depositing and debris. As you can see in this case again, there is a large contrast between Sabre Professional and the Echo Power Blend. The last thing we're looking at, exhaust spark arrestor screens. It's the same thing as the exhaust port. If you look at the screen, the AMSOIL screen, the Sabre Professional screen, it's very clear, it's very clean. The Echo screen, as you can see, as that oil is burning, there is some depositing, there is some debris that's passing across that screen and it sticks. This again is a restriction in flow. This can affect power. A trimmer that doesn't make any power has a tough time cutting grass. After the 50:1 results came through, as you can see, the results of the 50:1 test were very good. The AMSOIL Sabre Professional clearly stands out versus the Echo Power Blend. Now, as I said again, we ran the test a second time. We changed the mix ratio. Since Sabre is able to run at leaner mix ratios, we ran it at 100:1. We take a look at the pistons once again. Very clean, very free of deposits. The piston is clean because there's not a lot of blow-by. Once again, we look at the Echo. The results are very similar. We ran the Echo Power Blend at 50:1 once again because that's what's recommended by the manufacturer. So the results are very similar. The pistons look very similar to what they did in the 50:1 test. We take a look at the exhaust ports. Once again, the Sabre Professional, very clean, very free of depositing. The Echo replicates the test as before, very clogged, very plugged up. Once again, a trimmer can't make power if it can't breathe. So when that exhaust port gets plugged, you're going to lose power. We take a look at the spark arrestor screens last, same results. Sabre Professional, very clean. Echo, some depositing. Well, as you can see, the results speak for themselves. Sabre Professional clearly outperformed the Echo Power Blend. To obtain these studies or for more information, check out amsoil.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.